Hi, this is Ty Hyderali. I'm a plaintiff's lawyer. We concentrate in employment law in New York and New Jersey. So you're interviewing for a job and you're very excited, and your employer says, "Well, we're very excited to hire you, and we're considering hiring you as an independent contractor." And you think, "Well, wait a second, independent contractor? Why am I not being hired as an employee?" So how do you determine whether you should be classified as a employee or an independent contractor? New Jersey follows the national standard, which is referred to as the ABC test, for determining whether you should be classified as an employee as opposed to independent contractor. So what's the ABC test? All right. You have prong A, which has to do with control. And this is all part of the New Jersey Administrative Code 12:11. But the first prong has to do with control. What type of control does the employer exercise over you, Mr. or Miss Worker, in your day-to-day functions? What sort of supervisory control, authoritative control does the employer exercise over you? The more control they exercise, the more you should be determined to be an employee as opposed to an independent contractor. The second thing you look at is the usual course of business. So what is the usual course of business that this employer engages in? Let's say, for example, they're a delivery company. Are you going to be doing delivery type work? If you are, you should be more classified as an employee as opposed to an independent contractor. Let's say you're going in to do copies on the copy machine and you're running copies, right? That's not the normal course, the core of what the company does. You might be more classified as an independent contractor in that scenario as opposed to an employee. The third prong is a little more difficult to put some meat and potatoes around. It has to do with whether you're an independently established business. So if you are going in and the work you do is more indicative of what is considered an independently established business, you might be more portrayed as an independent contractor as opposed to an employee. You would think, a test that's called an ABC test would be pretty clear, pretty straightforward, but there's tons of litigation, I apologize, over this issue in the New Jersey court. So effective May 5, 2025, New Jersey has put forth some rules and regulations to give some clarity with regard to employers making the determination, because the burden is initially on the employer to make the correct determination on whether someone should be classified as a independent contractor or an employee. This is Ty Hyderali. Be safe and be well.